Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach and author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Quality leads into service. It always has. Quality is what we start with when we are buying our food and selecting our ingredients and getting people here. And then quality goes into how we assemble the food, how we cook the food, how it's held hot, how it's held cold. And when it's presented, it should look absolutely awesome. All of that is quality. But then quality goes into service. Quality is talking about your service is going to be fast, it's going to be friendly, it's going to be efficient. Those are elements of quality service. Fast, friendly, efficient. Because remember, people, when they come to you, they're on the edge of being grumpy. Their body has told them it's time to eat, let's go eat. And they're grumpy, or they're going to be grumpy. And we push them over the edge of being grumpy when we take too long to serve them. Once somebody has paid us, we are on their clock, their internal clock. And after about 8 minutes, a lot of studies have shown at 8 minutes, people start to get a little bit dicey on, I want my food and I want it now. Where the heck is it? And then when we get them up past 10 minutes, they're really on the side of, I'm hungry, you got my money, where's my food? So you can't allow those things to happen. Don't get caught up in when you screwed up one day and you have that 20 or 30, even a 40-minute wait, and somebody says, man, your food's worth the wait. Remember, they're on a high because you put them into grumpy land by taking forever to get their food out to them. And then when they got the food and they go to eat it, they get that relief because now their body's getting fed. So they got that endorphin rush and they're excited because, hey, they're in the afterglow of being fed. So when they come up to you and say, hey, your food's awesome, it was worth the wait, they're probably not being as honest as they should be because their body is motivating them because of all the new endorphins that have been introduced because they got fed. But when they sit back and think about it, they go, man, I can't come back tomorrow. It's just going to take too long. So you've lost that guest. Even though they've given you this awesome compliment and say, yeah, your food's worth the wait. I don't mind waiting an hour. But tomorrow, when they don't have an hour to waste, they're not coming back. And if you do that to them frequently enough, they won't come back at all. And they'll tell their friends about it. They're too slow over there. You don't want to eat there. You want to eat over here where we can get fed. So don't ever get wrapped up in I cooked to order and it can be slow. Because it doesn't work that way. All of the restaurants that I've run, all of the food trucks that I've run, I was concerned about time. If somebody has enough faith in me to come eat my food, I'm going to respect their time. I want to feed them as quickly as possible. If I don't feed them as quickly as possible, they will hold that against me. They won't come back as frequently because they won't always have that kind of time to wait. I want them to come back every single day. I want to be so fast. I want to be so consistent with my quality of my food and the flavors that they can't make any other decision except to come back. Now, if you want to talk about the impact of quality, the impact of service, and the impact of being friendly and efficient, or look up statistics on Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is only open 6 days a week. Chick-fil-A as a company averages actually almost $5 million per unit on average. Now, if you're thinking, well, big deal, McDonald's going to do that too, you'd be wrong. McDonald's hasn't crossed 3 million yet. Jason's Deli just barely crossed 3 million. Panera Bread, I think, is approaching 3 million. There's not a lot of companies that have crossed 3 million, but Chick-fil-A crossed 4 million in 2016 and has done it every single year since. No other fast food restaurant up until 2020 ever crossed 3 million. And Chick-fil-A's been doing it a long time. They do it because they have high quality food. They do it because they have fast, friendly, efficient service. And people can count on them to be fast, friendly, and efficient with quality food. Whether you think their food is good or not, doesn't matter. Whether you like their politics or not, doesn't matter. The fact is, a whole bunch of people do, and a whole bunch of people eat there every single day. Just look up their sales. It's on QSR Restaurants. They do a top 50 in sales. Look it up. They have a spreadsheet you can download and you can manipulate the numbers and get them in order from high to low, low to high, however you want. Alphabetical by the fast food chain. You can break it up by segment, whether it's burgers or sandwiches or pizza or snacks or whatever. You can break it up in a whole bunch of different ways, but the one that matters is sales per unit, and that is Chick-fil-A. You can look up the QSR restaurant, or the QSR magazine rather. you can look up their speed of service, and they'll always have a little asterisk beside of Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A breaks their methodology on timing drive-through for speed of service. Typically, they go at certain times in the day so they can do a speed of service. And the last time that I read their methodology, they were going to each restaurant 6 times. And they would show up, just randomly, pick a restaurant, show up, and start the timer. Invariably, no matter what restaurant chain they would go to, with the exception of Chick-fil-A, they would have 6 cars or less in line. So you start the clock with 6 cars in line, no matter how fast or how slow that particular restaurant is, it's going to have a significantly shorter time than when you time Chick-fil-A, who on average will have 11 cars in line. So nearly double the cars. And yet Chick-fil-A will be in the top 4 or 5 in speed of service with more cars in line. And they'll usually put that little asterisk that will say Chick-fil-A on average had 11 cars. Chick-fil-A on average had 15 cars, compared to McDonald's having 6, to Burger King having 3, to Wendy's having 5. So if the line is moving at a constant pace, which it does at Chick-fil-A, every minute or so you're moving forward, well, guess what? People see progress. They're getting closer to their goal. They feel good about it. But because Chick-fil-A has rewarded them in the past with being fast, they don't mind. Chick-fil-A doesn't abuse them. Chick-fil-A doesnn't have an 11-car deep line where their average order coming from a car is going to have 3.2 sandwiches on it. So the 11 cars is the equivalent of a line of 33 people long at a food truck. And they're putting it out in amazingly quick times. Speed of service matters. Quality matters. Cleanliness matters. Community matters. The things I talk about all the time. Quality, service, cleanliness, and community. Those things have to be top of your mind every single day. Thank you guys so much for listening. I am very passionate about you guys being successful, and you can't be successful unless you do the things right. Quality, service, cleanliness, and community. If you're enjoying the podcast, please consider hitting the support button or following the links in the description. Show any offer of support you can. Every little bit does help keep us going. If you guys love being around like-minded, supportive, positive people, please join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. There you're going to find a whole ton of information and inspiration. We got an awesome bunch of members there. They care about your success. Thank you guys so much for listening. I certainly hope everything that I talk about helps you with your food truck business. You guys have a great day. Come back tomorrow and I'll have another topic.